Three, two, one, and we have to be live. We'll have to be live right now. Hello, AlphaGuilty community. Hello, community of the CLS. I hope you all are good, and I hope you all are finally glad to see us again with a new AMA session on the AlphaGuilty YouTube channel. It's me, Adrian, today hosting this AMA session with Vinor. He's with us today. He's the CMO of the CLS. We will be talking about his company, what he's doing, how he sees the crypto market, the current market condition, and we will also be asking questions from the audience. So please, guys, be active. Ask your questions in the chat under this video. I will be redirecting them to our guest, and you will be able to win prizes for the best question after the video. So you will be able to see the results on the AlphaGuilty official Telegram channel and hopefully on the CLS channel as well. So let's start. Hey Vinor, how are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian, for this AMA. Thank you, AlphaGuilty community. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Yeah, so I'll just briefly say some words about me as myself and about the company, about the CLS. So I am CMO in the company, and our company have like two main projects. The two main products. The first one is the market making. So just to say it in an easier way, I guess we'll just dive deep into the definition of what the market making is and how it works later. But I'll tell. So it's just the creation of the favorable trading conditions for our clients. Mostly we're operating on the B2B market. And in the crypto space, we've been for 5 years, since 2018. And the market making is our like first product that we're doing for 5 years, and we're like quite good at it. You can see us on the DAO Maker. You can see it as the main partners on the website. And also we have another product. It's marketing. So it's like kind of because once we have the market making, we understand that we need the community also to like be able to lead them to the exchanges, to the DEXs, whatever they are. So that's why we understand that there is like urgent need for the marketing as well. And like this is where I'm coming into the project and into the CLS as well. So for now, we have more than 200 clients in the market making side and more than 50 clients on the marketing side. And we act like a bridge between the community and between the exchanges. So our main goal is just to bring more people, more investors, more believers, more traders that not only will support with likes in the community, but also will do some trading activities as well. Because at the end of the day, there are like two main options and the two main aspects in the crypto. So the first one is the utility itself, and the utility is covered 100% by the community. And the second one is the financial aspect, and this financial aspect, like we can't do anything with that. The speculation is, I guess, like the best part for many risky influencers, risk lover traders in the space. And so that's why they're just moving into the crypto. And I guess that's how we gained like more than 70% of the existing audience. I mean the overall crypto audience, the crypto investors. So yeah, it's a brief, short introduction.
Yeah, good. Thank you. A lot of info, but what I got is you are focused mainly on two things. Let's start with the market making first. Can you show us like a direct example of like what you do? So like in simple words, what your platform does. So our community, let's say community does not understand what it is. Maybe some people are not familiar with DEXs. So what is market making?
So market making originally came into the industry of the crypto from the traditional market, and it has different ways how you can just describe it. Sometimes it's called wash trading, to be honest, like not the best part of the market making as well, but still just generating the volumes. So as you can see from like any coin that you can just go on the coin market cap and you see the amount of the volumes, like 300,000 volumes, 400,000 volumes. And in most cases, the thing is that they're trading on the, let's say, tier 2 exchange, and it's quite hard to generate such volume organically there. So from this thing, you can just easily distinguish that the guys are using market making. For now, market making is used by the, I guess, 99% of all coins that are trading on the centralized exchange. even on the best exchanges such as Binance. The Binance is using the market making, the KuCoin, the Coinbase. So all the big guys in the industry, they're using the market making, because without the market making, it will be very hard to match the demand and supply side. So I'll just go into details. So the first thing is, as you understand of what the market making is doing, first, it generates the volumes. So because without the volumes, I think everyone will agree with me on this side that when you're just searching for the new project and you see like, okay, so they have quite nice Twitter, they're just performing really well, they have quite nice story behind themselves, and the platform is quite good. But when you go to the exchange and you see that there are only 300 or let's say 3,000 daily volume. So you understand that in case if you buy, for example, tokens for $1,000, you'll make a huge buy pressure, and the average price of your token so will increase, like let's say from $1 up to $3, and this automatically becomes attractive for you as an investor, as a trader. So that's why you try to search the pairs where you can where you won't be able to lose as many money. So it means that you will get exactly what you want by exactly the same price, and the price pressure from the buy or sell side won't be as huge. So this is why we just taking a look at the volumes first. The second thing is the spread. Spread is like the difference between the buying and the sell price. This is like, again, the same reference that I've mentioned before. If you're willing to sell me the token for $2 and I want to buy for $1, so we can't match each other. And the main goal of the market maker is just to make the spread as narrow as possible, to decrease it down to 2%. But in our case, we're working on 0.2%, so 10 times less than the average on the market. And yeah, this is the ability for like match two sides, the buying and the sell side, and to make it the most efficient way for the project and for the investors as well. And the third thing is the liquidity, because at the end of the day, so if you're trading, if nobody's trading the coin, unfortunately, it won't become popular in the industry, and nobody would like to even start using it from the terms of the utility. So that's why liquidity is something that comes after you generate these favorable trading conditions. So once you see that the spread is tight, the volumes are like quite good, the order books are filled from both sides. So there are, like say, $100,000 on one side, and the other on the liquidity side is also $100,000. So you understand that, okay, so I'm quite safe by trading this coin. So at the end of the day, what we do, we allow the projects, the businesses to attract the new buyers on one hand, on the one hand. On the other side, we allow the buyers and the traders to feel secure about how they trade and how they invest into the project. So this is like the main aim of the market making. And this is why, like, if you take a top 10 exchanges, everyone is using the market making there. So, but there are some other things as well in the industry. So, for example, let's go slightly deeper, maybe. So maybe it will be interesting for the users as well. So, again, we're talking about the centralized exchange only. I understand the guys, you're most from the decentralized exchange, but the centralized exchange at the moment, they own almost 90% of the market. So despite the fact that decentralized exchanges are growing really fast, they show good positive dynamics. We can't treat as the centralized exchange as the main force till now, but definitely I believe in the future the DEX will perform much better and will allow more users to come and move from the like tier 2, tier 3 centralized exchanges into the DEXs. Yeah, so one of the trickiest thing about the centralized exchanges that allow us to work is the APIs. So every centralized exchange, they provide us API keys according to which we join into the centralized exchange wallets. And then we start to trade between these two like order books within each other. So we don't have like a separate application, as you've mentioned. So we don't have like a separate app. We have the instrument that's like algorithmic bot that works like according to the algorithms. And we also have the managers that manually, in case there are some issue with the order books, or there is some attack from like an investor that happened with the Luna, by the way. So this is the thing that also should be taken into account by the decentralized exchanges, because the decentralized exchange is a pure math by itself with automated market making and the order books and so on. So, but some things that couldn't be avoided. So in case if such case was on the centralized exchange, I guess it would never happen on one hand side, but on the other side, This is also like some of, let's say, transparency that we are all looking for in the crypto space.
I see. And what funds are you using for providing that market making? So do you use your own funds, or you require the project who comes into you and you provide not just the service, but also take some money in tokens, some money like stable coin, and then get it to the exchange and trade it? How is it possible with you?
Yeah, there are two ways how you're going to manage the market making. The first way is the way how we work. So we have some, we're working based on the freemium model. So we have some subscription-based model, and everyone is able to work with us on monthly basis, on a 3 months basis, on 6 months or 1 year. So they're paying for the pairs on the exchange, and we're working like 100% service providers. What we do, we also take the liquidity and the tokens from the client and we put them into the order books. So we're not placing any of the funds from our side. So there are some pluses and some drawbacks of such a thing. So the pluses are definitely that we, in case if the price of the token is going up and the project like purely needs some funds, so they can make the cash out. The cash out is a thing when you selling by not creating the sell pressure on the market, and you're making like every 2 minutes, every 1-2 minutes, you're placing the orders for $50, for $100. So in fact, if the price goes up, you never like put a pressure on it, so it won't go flat on the one hand side. On the other side, it will help you to like get as much in terms of liquidity as possible. In case if you need like some cash money to fuel your business. On the other side, if you understand that you want to take some tokens from the market, we can do pretty the same thing, but from other perspective. So we can buy your tokens according to the best price that we have on the market, and also just buy in a small portion, so we won't have generate any buy pressure. So we won't increase the price, but we also just keep the price the same way that it was without the interaction by the company side. So this is a good thing. You can make such a thing in case if you're working with us, but we're not providing any liquidity from our side. On the other hand, there are like some other guys, let's say GSR are also like one of our competitors that are also working on the market, and they are providing liquidity by themselves. So the only thing that they're requiring from the project is their tokens. They put it in the order book, and on the other side, they're putting the liquidity in the order book. But the thing here is that they generate the profit by trading activities on this pair. So what does it mean? In case if you're, in this case, you as a project, you don't have 100% ability to control your like tokens and your liquidity, because they're managing it on their side. And sometimes if they see that there is like a too high buy pressure, so this is an opportunity for them to make the money. So there are all the times there are trade-offs between these two options, but we prefer to work like in an option where we get fixed payment and the client feels himself safe, and we are, let's say, more like client-oriented in this case, and we allow our clients to so we're kind of more flexible in this case, and also client feel themselves much easier with us. But otherwise, yeah, there are some big guys in case if you don't like to provide any liquidity. So you're just saving your funds on one hand side, and on the other side, so you also allow the other people to gain profits within your pair, and you won't be able to control it 100% all the time, because they also should make their money, and like this is business first, and so that's why they're stating out everything pretty clear before start working.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, man. Like, I'm really right now listening, and maybe it's like one of the most interesting at this point of time AMA sessions that I was hosting on this channel. So it's like very, very interesting for me, because the specific topic I was researching by myself some time ago. I was diving deeper into the market making, and I even, got into those theories that there is some dark market maker on Binance that moves the price somewhere, and you need to play with him in order if you want to make money, because anyone who plays against, he just loses his trading funds. My question to you is, how do you work with your like automatic software that it does not lose you money, lose you liquidity, but just supports the volume and you're like always equal or even like making some profits on it?
Again, as I've said, everything is regulated manually because you can rely 100% on the mathematics. You can rely on the everything that's happening. But sometimes when we see that somebody's trying to make a pressure on us, somebody's trying to sell us too much tokens and take liquidity from us, or he's willing to take the tokens on the other side by just dropping the price. So the bots stop work. It stops the working process, and this is the time when the account managers, so the every account manager has dedicated project. So once he sees that, okay, this pair, the bot stop working, so he needs to understand what was the main reason, and he tries manually to prevent it by like different mechanics that are used like on a case-by-case basis. So it means that it's not only the account manager, it's like these are the well-educated person that we have inside the team, so they understand what actions should they commit in case if we see some attacks or we see that somebody's trying to steal the liquidity. And that's they like try to do their best in a short time to prevent such things happening. And which is a cool thing about us as well is that we support client like 24/7. We have like two teams, the daily teams and the overnight teams. So this allows us to stay in touch with the client all the time because, as you know, there are like projects from the New Zealand way down to the Los Angeles, and the time zones are different, and you never know when anyone would like to play around with the pairs or with the specific token and so on. But besides like the generating the volumes is like let's say it's the most seeable part, so you can see it for like very easily and you can understand how the whether the project has the market maker or not. But at the end of the day, there is a lot of manual work. Sometimes, clients are asking us for increasing the price. So they're starting some marketing activity, how it works like in general. When you try to generate some hype around the project, for example, and you try to like use some new updates, some new like version of the website, new version of the application, or maybe to shows the new ambassadors and use the influencers help, any type of the marketing activity on one hand. So you need somehow to support it on the exchanges as well, because once you're starting to increase the price on one hand, on the other hand, everyone is seeing that. Plus, they see the marketing activity from your side. Plus, they see some news, and like our head works like this. So if you see many factors that logically follow one after another, so you like treat this as, oh, so the price is increasing, everything is good, and this is the point where the liquidity takes it even higher. The price movement. So maybe sometimes it's slightly artificial, but after that, and we also try to measure how much money we'll spend by increasing the token price by 1 cent. It depends on how many decimals he has after the zero, but 1 cent, like $1, how much money it will take first. And as I've said, after that, the organics can catch it and can lead it to the higher price.
And how much time do you need to spend in the order books? So what is your coverage in terms of percentage of like when you need to be there? Because let's say Elon Musk like tweets about some token and starts dumping it, for example. So in order for you not to lose your liquidity, it's good for you, if I'm right, to just cancel your orders and just move out for like some time. Like, what are your agreements with the clients in this case?
Again, as I'm saying, so we don't have like strict agreement according, because the scenarios might be quite unpredictable. Fortunately or unfortunately, we haven't worked with any client that price was impacted by the Elon Musk tweet. So that's why I guess this is the hugest saying about buy pressure we can face in this case. But yes, sometimes what we do, we just turn off the boats. If we understand that, okay, so we see that it will cost us too much to keep the price on the same level, or we'll just spend, let's say, $100,000 by maintaining the price at by 20% decrease rather than by 50% decrease. Sometimes it's better to give the the ability to the market to make the new price, because you can't handle it. And if you try to do that, so originally you can handle that kind of thing, but sometimes you need too much money, and it's like it's not the best thing you can spend your money on. So maybe in case if there is a huge dump, it's better to say okay to yourself, okay, let's see how deep down it might go. Maybe you can just have some number in your head that you won't go beyond this. So in this case, you should understand, okay, so we're going by 35 45 50%, and we have the support level at this price. So we're waiting how much money is taken out of the market, and then we support that amount price, and we understand how much money we'll need, because we see what is the sell pressure. So that's like we try to find the trade-off and try to give the optimal solution to our clients, because definitely we don't want them to lose the money, but there are some market conditions, there are some private investors that they don't really care. And so there's, by the way, it's a good hint to the private investors as well. If the private investor will had a market maker, so that's why you if you go to the Alameda, if you go to the Animoca, to the like any type kinetic mechanism and so on, so any type of the venture capital funds, literally 80%, 90% of them have their own market makers, because they understand that don't want to generate such a sell pressure, and they want to sell, as I've said before, so some such type of cash out. So when you're just cashing your money, you're taking the money from the from the liquidity side of the order book by smoothly selling the tokens, because otherwise it will be just a red candle that nobody wants to. So such type of investors, they never generate too much sell pressure on your side. But if you had too many, let's say, non-professional private investors or angel investors that don't know too much about the trading, so you should be aware that someday, in case they get, let's say, lockage of bigger amount, you should also be waiting that they will drop the price. And it's like a situation when you should, as a project, first offer them such an option. So you should say that in case if you want to make some sell of the token, so it will be much better for them if they say directly to the to project members, and they will just give this amount of tokens to us as a market makers. So we'll make this process much smoother, and they, first of all, the investors will get more money, and on the other side, the project won't face a huge price dump. We call it the dump.
So the people who are working with you and supporting like all your clients, they have some sort of like red button, like close, like turn off the bots and cancel all the orders, so they can use it anytime in order like some crisis situation comes up?
No, the bots are closed automatically. So when they see that they're facing, so that is done on the math side, let's call it like that. So it's just something inside the code. So once we see technically that, okay, we're facing a huge, let's say, buy or sell pressure, mostly sell pressure. So in this case, we the bots are turning off automatically. So, and the account manager who's responsible for that account, for that project, he sees the notification, and then he just tries to understand what's happening on the market, because this is a red flag that, okay, something is happening, we need to fix that. Maybe sometimes it's happening that the API keys are not working well within the let's say on the exchange side, but most of the time there are like some issues with the trading pairs.
And did you create all those software by yourself, or you took like some maybe open source stuff and just developed it more, and like, or did you build it all from ground up?
So to be honest, it's not a kind of rocket science. I think that the thing with the market making is that most people think that if they have to deal with the code, it's something they won't be able to do. So that's why we have 200 clients on the market making side and 50 clients on the marketing side. That marketing, they feel that they're much more aware of it. Everyone is using the social, so why, like, it's very easy. So why should I pay somebody for that? I can make posts by myself. And but when they just saying something about the marketing, so there are like too much professional financial terms that I don't want to go into it, and there is like some code kind of thing I'm also not familiar with. So yeah, it's better to handle it somebody else. So that's the right decision. But in the end of the day, if you are, for example, good with the Python language and any type like of the language, by the way, so you can easily understand the logic of the bots. And yeah, they're just 100% built from scratch by us. There wasn't any white label solution used or things like that. So it's like 100% written by ourselves within our team, and we keep it updating all the time. And also the most interesting thing about that as a decentralized exchange, as the decentralized exchange, is that if we're working with the clients that doesn't have, let's say, the leading exchange, it means that in most cases, if you're traded on the top 5 exchanges that are started from the KuCoin, if you go to the CoinMarketCap, you'll just take a list of the best exchanges, top 100 exchanges. You will see that on the 5th place there is KuCoin. So they have their own scoring model. And if they're trading on KuCoin, Coinbase, FTX, Binance, and so on, we're taking the price on that exchanges as a lead price. So, and we use this price in just to get avoid of the arbitrage. We just use this price as oracle for the other exchanges. In case if there is a small project and he's traded, for example, on the let's say Bitmart, like Probit, or I don't know, any type of the tier 2 exchange, you name it. So in this case, we're using the price on the decentralized exchange as the oracle price, because in most cases, as you know, you're not able to manipulate the price on the decentralized exchanges because they have already the automated market maker. However, you're able to generate the volumes on the decentralized exchanges, and this is also good kind of thing that literally a lot of projects started using within the last, let's say, 40 minutes for the last 8 months, because the such thing as flash loans was invented, and flash loans allow you to make this, let's say, circular type of transaction when you can buy and sell within the one transaction. So a blockchain doesn't allow you to do such type of option, but flash loans. So in case if somebody is interested, you can Google it. You can just search it in the web. So the flash loan allows you to, it gives you money and you give it back in the other token. So at the end of the day, technically the transaction doesn't become the circular. So, but overall, what you're doing, you're just selling and buying it within the same transaction. So that helps you to avoid the slippage, avoid another bots that are operating on the market and doing arbitrage. And yeah, they can't steal from you the transaction. So the stealing process is also very easy. In case if you're just charging the higher fees, you can just put your transaction, like it will be faster than the transaction of mine, for example, if my transaction fee was less, and so on. Yeah, and this kind of thing, the flash loans are one of the instruments that might help you to generate the volumes of the decentralized exchange as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for explaining how you work with the DEXs and the arbitrage between the different centralized exchanges. This was like I'm writing down all the questions not to miss out on anything, and this was one of them. So I'm putting it down. Also, you mentioned that you just have an API key of the exchange, and that is everything that you need for trading there. But my question is, do you have some special agreements and some special limits for that API key, or is it just like for everyone else? And do you have some special trading fees for you as well?
There was, like, it used to be special fees back in the days. Let's say 1 year ago, there was 0 fees. Nowadays, everyone is charging their fees. They stopped doing this kind of, let's say, sale auction, because it was a good selling point when the new exchanges were entering the market. They placed the 0 fees, so that enable them to, attract more projects, so they will be able to trade without any fees on the side. So the API keys work like that. So they're not given to us as the market makers. They're given to the project, to the project owners, to the team members, and the team members are sharing with us the API keys, and they also are sharing us the access to the wallets. So we're not able to withdraw anything from the wallets. However, we are able to manage between the wallets, the liquidity, and the tokens.
And do you somehow insure your clients' funds in case something goes wrong and you make like a very, let's say, like you make some loss for the company? What's done in that case?
So yeah, we never like such things happen. Used to happen before. Now they like in rare cases. So we're not covering such kind of thing because such kind of thing in most cases they are done without. So we can't lose the money. Here's the thing. So there might be some market exogenous conditions, exogenous variables that might reflect into the losage. So what we've said before, the lose of your liquidity part. So it might happen. We put it into the agreement, and everyone is aware of it. But again, such kind of action are happening like less than 1% of the time. So it's like extremely rare, and it's happening only in case if there are some people that they really want to dump the price, or they wanted to make some kind of, let's say, financial attack on the pair, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, it's hard to prevent, and it's not under our control. So we're stating out, we have the agreement, and we state out what we are doing in case if such things occurring. And there is like pretty straightforward and extremely transparent things that such things might happen, and it's such that to prevent to lose more money, not to lose the more money. In this case, we're just turning off our boats. So that's what we discussed with you. But some of our clients, definitely there were 2-3 clients that they said that we stole their money, but at the end of the day we showed them that no, it wasn't us. So it was like, either the exchange by itself, when you're just paying to exchange, when you want to be listed on the new exchange, you have to pay some amount in stable coins and some amount in the tokens. And we've seen some orders of the exchanges when, for example, the project paid them $80,000, and before the trading was started on the exchange, we already seen in the order book, we already seen on the ask side, we've seen like 80,000. This 80,000 that they paid in the tokens, this 80,000 was put in the order book on the ask side. So it's like pretty straightforward that nobody else could do that besides the exchange. And once we set this to that exchange, so that they never do such thing after that. But yeah, there are some cases when the money might be lost, but so.
And did your clients ask you for some, maybe like some interesting or non-scripted solutions like price manipulation with the funds?
Yeah.
And what do you?
So we try to adjust in case so this they sound quite logical and we understand that. So because mostly such thing is coming up from the clients that are had some background in the trading and have some like specific and quite reasonable understanding of why they want it to be that way, not the other way. So we had some regression that was built by one of our clients that he was referring to some variables to the gold price, to the Bitcoin price, to the price of 7 of his competitors, and just taking with different portions and different weights on each variable. So yeah, we had such clients, and in this case, we always ready to help them because they're doing that on purpose, and they have the pure understanding that so they're responsible for that. And they're saying that, okay, that's 100% on us, and we want it to be this way, not the other way. We definitely can comment it. We can just consult in this case, saying whether it's a good or bad idea. But at the end of the day, like client is always, the first person that we try to listen in this case. And in case if he really wants this way, we're ready to help him.
Mm-hmm, I see. And were there any requests on maybe like drawing the chart, so like making some specific technical analysis tools in there?
They were such a clients for sure. They were such a clients, and but at the end of the day, I will tell you honestly, none of this, let's say, unique solutions. None of them worked like out. You can say that they has significant level of their decision. So it was never this way. So it was like just a graph. They satisfied themselves, and they just tried to use this within their marketing campaign. So that was the main goal for them. Otherwise, to be honest, it doesn't make too much sense, because the market, if you have the liquidity on the market, so you're not the person who tries to build the graph. You're building the graph and you're just painting the graph only in the case when you have not a big community and this community is not trading really active. Otherwise, you don't have to draw it. You have either Oracle, so the big exchange, or the DEX where mostly the liquidity is lying. So you don't need to just graduate from the paint classes.
I see. Also, if it's not a privileged information, maybe can you share with us how many clients you work with right now? Maybe you can name some of the biggest or most interesting clients and some of the biggest exchanges that you're working on.
More than 200 clients. So I think that all the names, the most of the names that we can disclose are on our website. So I won't tell them. I hope everyone will visit our website. I will check it within the Google Analytics, how many people entered after this AMA session to our website. We're working except the top exchanges, the Binance. We're working with the clients on the Binance. And we, as I've said, working more than 90 exchanges. So it depends. We have different types of the clients that barely have money to pay for 1 month, and the clients that are performing really well and they cash out it with us more than, let's say, $5-7 million when there was a better time in the industry. It depends. It depends, but we have a huge database of clients, 200 clients I've mentioned, and their number is increasing most of the time. Even on this under these market conditions, they still keep growing.
Okay, I see. Thank you so much for explaining us this whole part of the market making, and I was really excited in asking you all these questions. But there's a second thing that you do, and the CLS does. It's the marketing. So for me, I was starting as a developer, as a Python developer, and I was also working with this trading bots, just playing by my own, trying some hypotheses and testing the market. So for me, it's pretty understandable, and it's not something. So I'm not afraid of code. But on the other side, marketing seems to me something very interesting. Some feels like magic sometimes. When people manage to build communities from ground up, easily. Can you please tell us more about the marketing? So what specifically you do, what services you provide, and in what form are you magicians in marketing?
Yeah, so to be honest, the marketing is I'll tell why it's harder. So it's harder in terms of finding the new ways to promote your project and new ways to promote. Doesn't matter whether it's your project or your personal brand and so on. Because at the end of the time, the thing that is good about what you're doing now is that you're performing as a front man of your brand. So your project has a face. So when there are projects that's staying 100% anonymous, there's a smaller chance for them to get the mass adoption, because the thing is that people love other people, and that's why where they like AMAs, they like to attend the AMAs, and for example, everyone knows that when you say the Ethereum, the first person they get associated with is Vitaly Buterin. The same thing about the Elon Musk. When you say Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and so on. So this is the reason, by the way, why the lifestyle bloggers are, they're getting, so many people on board, and they have millions of people that are watching them and so on. So the same strategy should be used when you promote your brand, when you promote your company, when you promote your project. So this is one of the things that we also try to do, because we try to make as many AMA sessions, as many PR activities, but mostly we are concentrating on the social mass media, because the best organic way to get the new people without you spending huge amount of money is the socials. And when somebody is saying that it's extremely complicated, I would like to look at the case of, let's say, the latest cases. Everybody is sometimes they're feeling that they're smart enough and they don't pay attention to what's happening on the Instagram or TikTok. So they try to stay in the LinkedIn and just pretend themselves to be more serious. But in the end of the day, the guys that are hacking the social media and the marketing itself are these type of guys. So I don't know whether you're familiar with that guy, that the bald one, the Andrew Tate. Have you heard of him, by the way? Yeah, he just hacked the
He's a
social.
marksman. How can we not know him?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I just like leave my cigarette in the cigar in the in the second room, so that's why let's keep going without it. Yeah. So
And
yeah,
so yeah.
Adrian, can you repeat, please? There was
Yeah, I
some.
said last time I cried was when I got the news that he was blocked through all the
Yeah,
socials.
yeah. So this is a thing. So when you think that pretty much like almost everything is every tools have been used on the marketing field, and then you see that guy that literally comes from the nowhere and takes the floor. So this is amazing. So this is why I'm saying that the marketing solutions sometimes they for the most of the people they're like quite straightforward. Everyone feels that he knows how to make it. It's like playing the football or playing any type of sports when you know all the politics. So everyone knows how it's better to rule the country and how to what taxes to put and how to manage the social reforms and monetary policy and so on. But in the end of the day, so you see that the Instagram has been live for 10 years. 10 years, like he's been one of the main socials in the world. And after the 10 years, that guy is doing like amazing thing. He's selling his courses first, then he creates like tons of the accounts, and literally without spending any money on the Instagram advertising campaign, he just gets the huge engagement rates. Huge engagement rates. He just produces a lot of content and puts it on the all over the web. So this is how it should be done, and this is like quite interesting kind of thing. So when it comes up to the marketing, so that's why we are most focused on the social mass media. We're more focused on for example, in crypto, you have like I call it like two levels of the social mass medias. The first is the social mass media itself, the Twitter, for example, as the main entrance point of every newcomer to see your project. But after you get the people on Twitter, you should lead it like a next according to your marketing funnel. So the next stage must be either Discord or Telegram. It just depends on the geography. It depends on the product that you're doing, and it depends on like your target audience as well. Because, for example, if you're like the project from the Eastern Europe, there is like much harder to get people, and your DeFi project, so it's better to get people in the Telegram, because this type of region and this customers are more used to the Telegram itself. So that's why you should lead from the Twitter, you should lead from the Instagram, from the TikTok. So you shouldn't like you ignore these really like massive instruments in terms of engaging with the community. So you should lead people directly to the Telegram, because you can't sell your project like if you just everyone now is doing the landing pages more or less okay. So, and especially when it comes up to the crypto space, when you want to have the new type of audience, it's very hard just to lead them to the website and just to leave the person alone in this quite tricky and very difficult field of the crypto space. So that's why it's much better to get him in Telegram, in Discord, and start to communicate with him there. Try to like grab his attention and try to convert this, let's say, subscriber into your investor, into your trader. So it's very hard. It's much harder than just generating the volumes on the exchange. Trust me.
Yeah, and do you manage to come up, like maybe from time to time, with cases that are just like blowing the market? Maybe you can share with us some growth hacks that you managed to implement lately. Maybe something, something that is not traditional, something that is not purchase maybe some Facebook ads or something like that, but like maybe some Instagram reels or a TikTok with a new idea that got millions of views and got you some attraction to your channel.
Yeah. So like let me share the most relevant, the latest cases. So I hope that the audience is quite familiar with what's happening on the crypto space, like besides your project. And if you take a look at the latest cases, let's say Stepan, let's say Amazy, especially these guys, have you heard of them?
Me and the team, definitely, we did the research from our side, especially the Mazy, as we are a little late right now. Our team is located in Poland and part of the team is from Ukraine. So We are familiar with the Eastern European market, and we are keeping an eye on what happens in there. And Amazy was an interesting thing to track and to check out in the socials.
Yeah, we had connection with the Amazy, we had connection with the CEO, and we had a lot of discussions with them, helped them also, to manage at the very beginning when they started. So the coolest case in the case of Amazy, in case of Stepan, the first thing is the product itself. So because the products before, the gamify product, the DEX products, the blockchain products, the NFT products, they were quite understandable, but they were for the more smaller audiences. Because if we talk about the gamify, about the it's a project more for the gamers. Like less people are interacted with the games, but everyone, literally like almost 80-90% of the world are working, are doing the easiest thing they can do, just grab the phone and start the working process. So this is like extremely and well-placed product in terms of the timing. If you just if Stepan was like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, there was no chance that he had get any mass adoption. But there was a right timing in terms of the third wave of the crypto, how well the like Coinbase, the crypto.com, they also made a huge work in terms of getting new people. The Binance, they just make the promotions all over the all over the globe within the different audiences, with the sport audience, with the celebrities, and so on and so forth. And so everyone now pretty much familiar about the crypto, but how to try it from the scratch, how to try just earning something without investing. So here, when the Stepan is coming, this is the first thing. And the second thing that played really well in case of the Amazy, in such, during the bearish market, was the thing that some influencers, I don't know how they manage it, mostly managed it by themselves. They understand the hype behind it. They started to produce the lifestyle influencers. I don't mean the crypto influencers, because the crypto influencers are like the most questionable guys I've ever worked with, because some of them at the very beginning, BitBoy Crypto and like the guys like that, they performed really well. But after that, everyone understands that it's like a huge speculation, and everyone who was in the crypto space already, they like tasted different influencers, and now they're pretty fed up with that. So I mean about the audience that already was in the crypto, like let's say from year 2017 or 2014 and so on. So they had a lack of trust. So what solution was found by another influencers? They understand that they need to grab new people and just educate them first, and after that sell them something. So here are where the influencers and key opinion leaders from the Eastern Europe come on the stage. So they were like lifestyle bloggers, they were travel bloggers, sport bloggers, whatever they were. So they just had their own theme and their own audience, and they started to like generating these courses, because the selling the courses are quite popular in this market, and this market is pretty much familiar with the Latin American market, because the influencers have a huge impact on these markets. And they started to sell the crypto courses, how to make the wallet, how to deposit the funds there, how to make transactions, how to go, how to pass the KYCs on the exchanges. So what they get, first of all, they get money, because like everyone was hyped about the crypto and they wanted to enter into the space, and they didn't understand from which side to enter. And now they see that the person that they're following on the Instagram is showing them this, options, and he's like the gateway for them to this world. So they're paying them to him like $50, $100, and so they have small courses, like 4 or 5 lessons, pretty simple. Like everyone, I guess, within the crypto space will say that it was kind of joke how they even paid for that. But you like never should underestimate the laziness of people, and also how they really hard for them to catch up with something new. So once they get this audience, they start to promote within this new audience that wasn't familiar with the crypto before. They just came into the industry like barely 2-3 weeks ago, and what they're looking for now is just gaining some profits. So they started to sell them all these new projects that were coming, and they've done pretty well. You can see it in terms of amazing. So they made like 30 times more from the private round after they got on the public. So that's like a new trick, let's say, new look at the traditional crypto space. It's no more for nerds. It's a mass product. It's for everyone, and it depends now how well you can work with existing audience that is in the crypto space already. But it's much more interesting how you're gonna like bring new people on board that are not familiar with the crypto space before. So this is like the thing that the one that will. So they slightly hacked this kind of thing. I mean, the influencers, but there is like a huge amount of people in the US, in the like European Union, in the UK, that still they're quite skeptical about the crypto. But like it's not the only thing that prevents them from entering the crypto space. It's the lack of education. Everyone thinks that it's too hard, but you have the case of a Robinhood, how they entered the market, the financial market, back in 2017-16, when everyone was feeling that this kind of thing is for professionals. This kind of thing is for real brokers, so they know what to do. Like the market sentiment is the key thing, and so you can see as we go on, like everything becomes much simpler than we thought it was before. So in case if we'll just get this mass adoption from the traditional market in the crypto, and like the guys that will manage this, they will have the stage.
Yeah, onboarding new people into the space is also one of the things that we at AlphaGuilty also believe in, like in a very hard way, because we see that the potential of bringing more people to crypto is better. I don't know, like for the marketing, maybe I can say it's easier to sell to them than to the people who have seen all the scams in crypto and they're like just tired of it. And like from what I see, maybe even the bull market start when the new cash flow comes in, the new interest comes in from the people who were not familiar with it yet. And here is the best thing about crypto is that there is so many people out there who haven't yet experienced this, like even the NFT purchase or like an ICO participation, because there's a lot of people already like registered in Coinbase that have done some transactions, that have put some money into it, but it's not the whole crypto yet. Yeah, so there's plenty of activities that people can do, and like you as a project can engage them into and make new customers for yourself. So yeah, this one is what we also like believe a lot in in our team. I will start also asking some questions from the community. If you have time, like, do you have like maybe 10 more minutes?
Let's go for another 10 minutes, and after that,
Yeah. I will ask the questions from the community. So first thing is, do you and your project grow your own community, or you're just doing that for your clients?
So as I've mentioned before, we are like B2B product, so we're not facing all the socials that we have. We understand the social is a place for the B2C market, and as for now, I'll explain the whole thing. So you need the socials to get the new people, the new consumers, and the new customers. And at the end of the day, whatever you call it, whether they become the investors and so on, you're selling them the idea that should become like invest into your project and become part of your project. So for us, we have different funnels because we have a business development team. And when you're working on the B2B side, mostly you're communicating with the project. You're not like communicating with them on Twitter. So mostly you communicate with them maybe on some conferences, maybe directly in the Twitter or in Telegram, in Discord, in LinkedIn. And so the whole selling part, the whole funnel works for us in a different way. So that's one of the reasons why we're not like too much into the generating all this beautiful thing around our brand. But I can assure you that within the next 3 months, we will concentrate more on the PR activities. We changed slightly our domain, we changed our name, the whole branding itself, And yeah, we will concentrate and promote our new branding within the upcoming 3 months, I guess.
Thank you for your response. Next question is, what does CLS mean?
Coin liquidity solutions.
Coin liquidity
So
solution.
as I've said at the beginning, so our main product, our first product that we started the company was the market making. So that's why I don't know, the whole name is quite like how this name came. I don't know whether I'm available to say it on the AMA session, but you know, the coin liquidity solution is the thing that first came up to the mind of our founders.
Okay, I see. What is your main source of clients?
What do you mean by main source? So where are we just getting the clients, or how they look like, the
Yeah,
profile?
it was the question in the chat. So how I see it, yeah, where are you getting the most clients from? So do you run like paid advertisement? Do you present yourself at some conferences? Do you social media marketing? Do you use just like the personal connections to close clients? How does it work?
So mostly we never used the paid advertisement. We made some PR, but it was made for just, you know, to have some mentions in the on the web, and it was made with our previous brand, the Coin Liquidity Solution. And so our main thing is the conferences, and we have a lot of agents. We have a lot of agents that are referring the clients to us, that are suggesting our clients. As now we have more than 200 clients, we have also the word of mouth. A lot of people just, you know, referring to their friends, to the partners, and so on. And you see, and you know the crypto space itself. So here one person may be part of the 4 teams. So yeah, this is also another thing how we get new people, and we have the business developers, so who just you know, traveling around the world, who also chatting a lot of time. They have a lot of time in the spend on the chatting, and so this is like the main source from where we have our business connections at the moment.
Okay, thank you. What is the minimum budget for the marketing for the project that comes to you?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Sorry for that.
Yeah, what is the minimum budget for the project for the marketing that comes to you?
So the minimum budget is we have, as I've told, the subscription basement model, so that we work on the SMM. The minimum price is $5,000. The price for 3 months is $12,000. For 6 months, it's $20,000, and for 1 year, it's $30,000. So if you recalculate this to according to the monthly basement, so the more time you spend with us, the less is the cost for 1 month. And this is like the cost that you just paying for the team, for preparing the strategy, for running your socials, for creating the funnels. But it's like sometimes most of the people thinking that's enough. That's it. They paid, so they like the accountants are saying so. The marketing is closed, so we don't have to pay attention to that. But things doesn't work like that. So you need like to spend a lot of time. You sometimes need to spend like extra funds on some influencers, on some key KOLs, just generating this, you know, traffic that comes to your project. And the advertisement itself doesn't work pretty well in the crypto space, to be honest, because you know that you're not able to advertise on the socials. You get banned according to the financial policy that, for example, Twitter is having, the same thing with the Instagram, and the same thing with the TikTok. So here is the arbitrage social mass media marketing. So when you're just generating different accounts, and you're promoting from different accounts, and some of this account might be blocked, and so on. There are a lot of tricks that you can play around, but in the end of the day, the advertising is not the most efficient channel. The same thing about the PR. PR doesn't generate, so it increases your searching. So it increases the searching optimization, search engine optimization. It increases like your Google indexation. But at the end of the day, it doesn't generate so many, and especially when it comes up to the sponsored articles or that you're reading on the Cointelegraph or CoinDesk. So just rough numbers, you're paying for one article, sponsored article on the Cointelegraph, $12,000. You have 3,000 views, and you have 300 clicks. So, and from these 300 clicks, let's say that you have conversion of 10%, extremely huge conversion, but let's assume it's like that. So you have 30 people that you paid 12,000 for. So it means that one person costs you $400. That's nonsense. So that's why when I just kind of like all this time when they're increasing the prices. So 1 year ago, the one sponsored article was cost was 7,000. Now it costs 12,000. So that's this kind of, you know, I don't know whether I should say that, but these are the pricing. I guess everyone can just yeah, also get it.
Yes, thank you so much. And the last question from the audience is, does the bear market in a good way or in a bad way make an influence on your businesses on the marketing part of it and on the market making part of it?
So to be honest, I can't tell the difference at the moment because I'm pretty sure there is some lag in terms of once you have the reflection of the current situation. One of the reasons might be that a lot of projects that we're working with, they've done their fundraising like 6 months, 1 year ago, 2 years ago. So they still have some funds and they're still spending it. So I think that the better answer for that will be in 6 months from now. In case if the situation, the market conditions will stay the same. So then we can like definitely tell that, okay, they reflected or either that they don't reflect to us. So there is like some lag in terms of timing, and I can't say that we're facing some, you know, dramatic increase or even the decrease. I can't say that because previous month, like the July was slightly lower, August was pretty the same. So can't tell it from now. I can't say that the projects are spending less money. They're still spending their money, and they still for some projects that's time for opportunity. They can just grab their attention once everything is falling. They can make, you know, some 50, 60, 100 price increase, and they can attract more people. As you see that we just trying to work against the market, but working against the market is pretty costly. So that's also, we should also have in mind.
Yeah, I see. Thank you so much for all those awesome responses to this question. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of new information coming in. I hope that you, AlphaGuilty people, CLS people, just the crypto community, also got a lot of value out of this AMA session. Vinor, maybe there's something that you would like to tell, some you in some way or form, something like that.
Sorry, the line just got broke. Sorry for that. Can you repeat the question? Because yeah, I've just missed the whole middle part of the question. Adrian, yeah. So sorry, it's like there's some, the line was hard on my side, I guess. Can you repeat the last question?
Yeah, for sure. So is there some call to action, something that you want to share, some maybe like a link or some social where people can join the CLS and stay with you and like maybe join your community? Some call to action to the community that listens to us right now.
To be honest, like as I've said, so we are business to business product, but we are also very happy to share our expertise. Sometimes we're doing that in the Twitter of ours. So in case if you want to subscribe to see some new updates about us, about what we are doing, we have pretty nice Instagram as we're staying 100% transparent, and the average age in our company is 25 years. So despite the fact that I'm looking like 40 years old man, but I'm just 28. So that's a DNA, can't make anything with that. So just join the Instagram, and if you want to see some, you know, really nice and real pictures of ours, photos, and in case if you want to track some activities on our side and see some projects that we're working with, so feel free to subscribe to our Twitter account.
Yes, thank you so much. So you can also check out CLS at the CLS.global URL. You can also find it under this live stream. And also you can find AlphaGuilty at alphaguilty.io. Link is also under this stream. Thank you everyone, guys, for being with us today. Thank you for being active. Thank you for asking the questions. like great appreciation to Vinor for staying with us for so long, answering all these questions. It was really interesting. And yes, see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.